Hello everybody, and welcome back to Super Mario Galaxy 2! So in the last part, we defeated Bowser again. We got ourselves the fourth Grand Star, which of course means we can now get things started with World of 5. And as we start off our next galaxy, Space Storm Galaxy. Well, I mean, we already are traveling through space, and the only storm that we're really going to be seeing here is that we're going to be dealing with a bunch of electrical stuff. But anyways, now the first mission for this one is called Follow Me, Bob-omb. Oh yeah, now this is where we really get to utilize the from Bob-ombs again, just like we did in Galaxy. Yeah, just like we did for Galaxy 1. And as we get ourselves landed right here, and here's where we get the return of the Zap balls from Galaxy 1. Yeah, the Zap balls, yeah, they are essentially the more bigger version of the amps, but instead, the Zap balls do not have any faces. Yeah, they are just lifeless. But anyways, everyone. Now as we go through here, now if you want to, you can actually perform some long jumps so that you can make some big shortcuts. But since I'm not exactly that good with platforming all the time, and I don't want myself to get caused multiple deaths over and over just trying to perform those really tricky platformings and whatnot. Yeah, so that's why I'm just not gonna bother with that. But what I will be doing, of course, is I definitely need to get this comment medal. Yeah, we definitely needed to get that so that we can get us moving on from that. And now, launch our way. Boom. Now this right here is essentially what the mission was essentially telling you about. Well, yeah, now we essentially have to guide this Bob-omb, yeah, all the way to this cage. Boom! And yeah, we actually managed to get through that on our first try. Well, for this run through anyway. But anyways, now, I guess I should say, for those of you who don't know how to utilize the Bob-ombs from Galaxy 1, well, this Luma will tell you how to exactly utilize the Bob-ombs. That you can stop them, and now you can stop them with a spin. Then you can pick them up. And then shake the Wii remote again, or if you'd be able to toss them. And as we now get past that, and here's where we get to our next portion of the galaxy. And here's where we get the return of the Topman enemies. So the Topman enemies from Galaxy 1. Now the smaller ones, the small yellow ones are called top minis, and the red ones with the red spikes on them are called spiky Topmen. And now as we go through this section here with the Pole Stars, here's where we get introduced to another version of a brand new version of the water/fire shooters. This time we have the Zap nozzles, where their shots, I'd say these things are a lot more annoying than the other shooters, because yeah, these guys can fire homing shots. Yeah, their electrical orbs are freaking homing shots. So that's why you probably don't want to stay still forever. But anyways, now here's our star. Now we're gonna be sure we get to it. Oh shit! No! Pole star! No! Oh crap! Ah, he begins. Yeah, trying to get that star while making sure that we don't get electrocuted. Yeah, that one can be a bitch to do with. And now, as you'll see here, Yeah, you really don't have to bother destroying that cage if you don't want to. Yeah, but anyways, now, as you also saw back there, now, yeah, no matter how many times you knock down the Topman, they will always respawning. So, yeah, if you want to get rid of them, fine, but just keep in mind they will always be respawning no matter what. Okay, now let's see if I can get this started this time without getting myself freaking electrocuted. Okay, now this, yeah, I definitely recall having some trouble with this one when I first played this, because you have to be at a very precise angle in order, yeah, especially with the pole stars, so that you can actually get it. I think now. Oh shit! No! Oh my god! I didn't have enough time to get it to get that pole star after I got myself out of it. After I spent out of it. Really? Man, this one is really kicking me right now. Yeah, and it's definitely been a while since I've had like one or two deaths in a galaxy. Yeah, it definitely has been a while, hasn't it? Oh god. Okay, yeah, let's not get too reckless with these zap nozzles. Thank you very much. Yeah, I probably really don't want that. Okay, let's see if we can get through this right this time around. Remember, avoid you guys. Okay, now get to it. Okay, thank you. Okay, now this time we are done. Whew. Okay. So after that fiasco, I was able to finally get this star. Which means one thing. It's Power Star 69! And it's probably going to be on time that we'll ever get to see. But anyways, yeah, now that we're done with that mission, now we could go to the other galaxies whenever we really feel like it. Well, and that also includes that Hungry Luma, if you have enough starbits, that is. And also the castle level, if you just happen to get enough power stars already. So yeah, we can actually proceed on through the rest of the galaxy, throughout the rest of the world, without even having to bother with the other galaxies. But however, considering them, we're gonna be getting all power stars anyway, so yeah, we're gonna be going through them anyway. Anyways, now for the second mission of Space Storm is to the top of Topman's tower. Now, this one... Oh yeah, and speaking of Topman, I guess I should point this out right now. There are actually, if you recall back when we went through Galaxy 1 with both Mario and Luigi, now, we actually fought against a Topman boss. Well, there is actually no Topman boss this time around. Yeah, so we only really have to deal with the other versions of the Topman. But anyways, everyone, now what we're going to be dealing with in this mission, now as you saw, now after I hit that switch, now the time itself actually time itself so low down. Yeah, that is actually what we are gonna have to do if we want to be able to get ourselves to the top of this tower. Now, as you'll see, now activating the switches can help you, but as long as you're good with your time of your jumps, then you should be good. Then you should be good enough. Oh yeah, and over here is where we get the only appearance of the spring vault. Yeah, the spring vault from Galaxy 1, where they first create shockwaves, and then as soon as you jump on it, then you can actually jump on that's where you can actually jump on the heads like a spring. Yeah, and that right there is the only, and that is the only one in this hole, in all throughout the entirety of Galaxy 2. Yeah, isn't that odd? Yeah, and that's the only one, and that's the only one compared to the few of them that we got in Galaxy 1. Now, oh yeah, that's right. And also with those green ones, yeah. Now we also have the return of the we have the return of the Sprain Topman also from Galaxy 1 as well. Now those guys are essentially the movable versions of the Spring Vaults, where yeah, they're essentially the less harmless ones of the Topmen. Yeah, those guys are essentially they're essentially the most harmless version of the top men. Anyways, and as you see here, yeah, we once again have a room where we collect a bunch of coins. Alright, come on, I can get this. Yeah, star bits for glory. Yeah, that's right. That exactly is what I'm talking about. Coins and star bits for Luigi! Oh, come on, hit it. Thank you. Okay, and now, I'd say this part with these moving platforms, I'd say this is definitely your best way. Yeah, I'd say, yeah, as you'll see. Yeah, oh god damn it, I did not want to go back inside the pipe. But again, as I was saying, yeah, hitting the switches to slow down time, it's definitely going to be needed for this section of the tower. Yeah, since you're probably not going to get enough reaction time so you can jump from one platform to another anyway. So, yeah, let's just say, even if you are good at platforming, but you probably aren't going to need them, but you are probably going to need them anyway. But anyways, now, and I guess I'd say as well, how is it that hitting these switches actually slow down time? Like, how exactly do those hitting the switches actually do that? Yeah, I don't understand the logic with that, but I guess I really shouldn't think of it too much, considering, you know, it is a Mario game. And considering that in Mario, they still have fireballs that are underwater, so I guess I really shouldn't question the logic too much. But anyways, now we're done with that, we got Power Star number 70. Alright, and now that's all we're going to do for Space Storm for the time being. And now for the next galaxy we're going to be going to is actually going to be this one. Yeah, the galaxy that we're going to get from this Hungry Luma, which actually only needs 1,500 star bits for. And since I obviously have more than enough for him, so let's start feeding this sorry ass. Once again, get big like a bitch. And there you go. Transform! Woo! And once again, you're going to explode. You're going to explode into a galaxy. Oh, wait, is that what I think it is? I'm thinking that's what I think it is. Fleet Glide. Yep, it's time. Yep, we now have another galaxy with Fluzzard. Yep. Now we have Fluzzard's Wild Battlefield Glide. Yep, it's time, everybody. It's time for another galaxy with Fluzzard. And this one, I'd say, is... yeah, getting the color medal in this one is actually a lot more difficult than what we had to go through in the last one. Yeah, which means I'm probably going to be dying a few times during this. Yeah, I definitely recall when I first played this game, I definitely had multiple attempts just so I can get the 5 gates, you know, without dying, so I could get that color medal. Oh god. Well, let's just hope I don't mess up too much on this. Well, let's just see what happens, I guess. Fluzzard! He says you're okay! and that is you can glide with him. We already glided with Fluzzard before, remember? Will you glide with Fluzzard? We have to anyway. If you climb through the big sun circle at the end, you win! You win! But it's not easy! Not easy! Yeah, this one's definitely not as easy as what we went through in the last one. But anyways, as we get started here, here's where we get the introduction, the very first appearance of the Magmars. And the deaths begin already. Lovely. But anyways, as I was saying, this is actually this game is the debut appearance of these guys, the Magmars. Yeah, and ever since then, those guys actually started appearing in many more Mario games after this one. Yeah. Yeah, these guys definitely got to be so lucky that they actually got to appear in multiple in many Mario games after this one. But anyways, as you'll see, yeah, getting the 5 games is a bitch because yeah, as you saw, we actually had to go like fully way around left like really hard so that we could get the second gate. Yeah, like I said, getting the color medal for this one is going to be a major bitch and a half to deal with. Oh boy. Well, and honestly, even now that I've started flying with Fluzzard again, I guess I should say this right now. I am more I feel like I'm more comfortable with the Manta Ray more than Fluzzard because yeah, getting the timing for the flying with Fluzzard is really a major bitch sometimes. Especially when you have to go for the gates. Hey. Okay. Let's see if we can get through this again. And going for the second one of this. The second one for this. It's not gonna be a bitch. And yep, I definitely failed that. Again. Hi Fluzzard, how's it going? Yeah, Fluzzard was just really just lying down there like that, jeez. But anyways, let's go again. Yeah, like I said, this one is definitely a lot more difficult than when we went through with Fluzzard. Than when we went through the Fluzzard the first time. Okay, now start flying towards the left. Awkward to left. Okay, no. Okay, yeah, I think I need to try a whole new tactic with that. Yeah, I think I need to go through another hole before we start heading towards the left. Yeah, since they were 3 holes, not just one. And I think I need to go through to the far left. Oh yeah, as you saw with that first one, there is actually a live stream there. Yeah, don't even bother going for that if you want to get all 5 gates. Yeah, that is just a big troll thing there. Yeah, a big friggin' troll thing there. Oh yeah, that's right. Now as we go down this hallway, here's where we get to the reappearance of the from bad enemies from Galaxy 1 and 2. Oh shit! No! Oh, Flump, why'd you have to... No! Really, Flump? You had to grab pound right there? Oh man, are you kidding me? Well, I guess that's what I get for not getting for that. I guess that's what I get for not getting enough speed. So though. Oh, ow! Oh god! No, don't do that again, please. Okay. Now. Okay. Now. Okay. Back to. Okay. Now back to what I was saying. Yeah. Those are bats that we just saw. Now those are actually the very same bad enemies that we also encountered in a Galaxy 1, where they will try to attack you, sort of like just sort of like the regular swoops do. Now, oh yes, right, and I guess I should point this out too. Now, even though those bats have now made another appearance has not made another appearance in another Mario game after this. Oh wait, but first, okay, thank God I got that common medal. I was gonna be upset that I missed that, and I had to go through all that shit again. But anyways, as I was saying, now even though those bats do not appear in another Mario game after this, but it wasn't their last overall appearance in the actual Mario franchise. Now, for those of you who saw the Super Mario Bros. Movie that was released a few years ago, you may have saw a scene with Luigi going through that dark field where he was getting chased by a whole bunch of dry bones. Now, in that scene, if you look very carefully in the background, you actually see bats that look very similar to the bats that we see in the Galaxy games. So yeah, now I have to wonder if they're going to be making an appearance in the second movie. Who knows? But anyways, everyone. But that's it. That should be all. I'm gonna do this part. And so until next part, I'll see you guys next time.